Gilda Carl. Dr. Gilda, how are you? And what is our topic today?
I am talking about something that has gone out onto the mainstream media and it's factually incorrect. Um, Feminists are saying that patriarchy is to blame for everything that has happened around the world. And I am not going to get into a discussion whether this is right or this is wrong. We know that men held the keys to the kingdom for all these years. We know that men were in control. And we also know that women have been behind for many years. And then the whole feminist movement took over. And at this point, a lot of feminists are very angry. And they're saying that it's because of patriarchy that they are left behind. The truth of the matter, because I am spokesperson for the International Council for Men and Boys, is that there are 12 areas, and this was all substantiated by facts and data that we have. If anybody's interested in seeing the data, let me know. I'll be happy to share that with you. And they put together quite a spectrum of all the ways that men have been lagging in these areas. And this can change. It has to change. Because if everybody's interested truly in equality, then we have got to do better. All of us, men and women. So here are the 12 areas that the organization found around the world where men and boys are lagging in education. Now, you are an educator, Neil. You know that there are higher illiteracy rates among males in most countries than there are in females. In health, men live 5 years shorter and triple the suicide rates of women. This can change. Then boys, labor, child labor and hazardous work has men, has males in all kinds of countries having issues with trying to catch up with their health and everything else, but they are laboring at very young ages. Then, of course, the big one, false allegations. We saw what happened with Johnny Depp. We saw what happened with so many people who have been falsely accused. We see what happens when a man goes to court and tries to get custody of his children. I just spoke to a man yesterday. He's a doctor and he fought to get his kid, and his ex-wife just poisoned the kid against him. Now the kid is 16 and has nothing to do with his father. I assured him that, the prodigal son will always come back to find out who his dad is. But he's suffering and he just gave up after a while. He couldn't deal with this anymore and he went on and had another family, and he still got that hole in his heart where he has lost his child. False allegations, victims of violence. This is so shocking. We were all taught that women are the ones who are beaten up by men, but men are more violated than women, and this is around the world. Parenting, men face court biases, harsher treatment, and undue child support. The criminal system, men receive harsher treatment. Partner abuse, men face equal domestic violence, more online harassment, but fewer services. Homelessness, get this, 76% of homeless persons are men. Now, I had a nonprofit for homeless female veterans, and those women were ashamed to be on the streets with their children, and they didn't want to go into the shelters. Uh, and yet they wouldn't open their mouths. They wouldn't say anything. It was all I could do. And I used country music to get them to open up. And I was successful. And then COVID came along and I couldn't get on the streets with these women anymore. Um, Number 10, workplace. Men face 15 times workplace deaths, nearly double the injuries of women. Adoption and reproductive issues, men are left out. And finally, 12, in the media, men are 69% given stories that are unfavorable to them. And this is also contributing to men's feelings of not being good enough. So when I look at all the comments on social media, especially TikTok, and these guys have said, I've had enough. I'm not dealing anymore. You can understand the hurt and the pain and the anger and the anguish. But by just dropping out and saying, that's it, I'm not going to do this anymore, is not an answer. That's not going to return a 16-year-old to his father,
No.
find out even who his father is. And all of this negativity has got to stop. And that's where I'm coming from. The men's organization is not crying wolf. The men's organizations that I know of are not saying, oh, poor me, I'm the victim, woe is me, woe is me. They're saying, here's the supportive information, here are the details, and this is what has to be gotten to improve. Because if we don't, we're going to see that fewer and fewer men are going to have a spine. Fewer men, if a man drops out, you won't hear from him. And then how are we going to heal without communication? Communication is at the heart of all of this. And while women think we are such great communicators, that's not correct. Anger, hostility, and name calling and telling men they're just not good enough is not the way to go. Women have got to provide a safe place for men to be able to talk about how they're feeling. And so far, a lot of women don't know how.
That was, you can go to drgilda.com. That's special simulcast in the O'Haley Show and the